Hey, we're in the studios. We're ready to do a show, and we're very happy to have you tuning in to us every night from 7 to 10 p.m. on Ground Zero. Tonight's show's called GOD, Grand Order of Developers. I've been kind of hinting at this for a while, and finally decided to do a whole show about it, about the religion of scientism, and how it is destroying us, literally, and how people need to pull away and get on with their lives. There was a doctor on CNN today that was actually saying the same thing. He said he had an epiphany. He said we shouldn't be scared every time we hear a spike in COVID or we hear of people being hospitalized in COVID, because he said, this is going to be a part of our lives now. And if they continue to do this and people are just terrified of their lives, well, it's because of the fact that it's the science. You don't question the science. And so the science is saying that we all should be fearful of our own shadows. But there are a lot of doctors that are saying, hey, that we need to get on with our lives. And I've been saying it for a long time too. I mean, you can't sit there and be scared all the time. You got to kind of get on with your life and live. But that's not exactly everything I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about how when science discourages superstition, they create their own superstitions. And people who follow science create their own superstitions, which makes it very much like a religion. And there are a lot of people who are not going to church anymore. And a lot of people that are rejecting faith. And I saw this as a trend back when they were discouraging people from going to church during the beginnings of COVID. And people aren't coming back. And they want to hold online services. But the truth about that is that religion, there's more to going to church than just, worshiping God. I mean, you can do that on your own in your own house. It's about community. It's about getting to know people. It's about socializing. It's like any kind of, it's like going to a social event. It's like going to high school or going to, a dance. You're going to a place where a lot of people gather and they talk about the world and community. And that was one of the reasons why I think they kept us from going to churches, because churches were a lot of, ideas about liberty and safety and all this were thought about and talked about. They were talked about in churches, not necessarily in places of politics, but they were talked about in churches. So, just a lot to cover tonight as we talk about this. It's going to be an interesting show, and we invite you to listen. Also, we invite you to join us in Aftermath.fm. Aftermath.fm is free. We're on from 7 to 10 p.m. on Aftermath.fm. And if you missed the show or you want to listen to the shows in their entirety, we have a service provider, which is a library. It's not just our shows. It's a library with all kinds of other cool things involved. A lot of other awesome things that you can check out, like a library and videos and books and all kinds of things that are available to you online that a lot of people can't find. So we provide it for them in our little library. It's called Aftermath.media. So join today. It's there's several different subscription rates you can look at and what's better for your budget. But it helps the show a great deal. Keeps us on the air, keeps us doing what we do, and we really appreciate the support we get from those of you that support Ground Zero. We really encourage you to support us because, it keeps us going, especially in times like these where independent shows like ours sometimes get thrown away because we're not adhering to some sort of corporate agenda. So please, if you really believe in independent talk radio, if you really believe in keeping a show like ours on the air, please subscribe to Aftermath.media. It would really be appreciated if you do that. And Christmas is coming, so you can set it and forget it. Pay $10, and it happens every month, and you can give the gift of Ground Zero to whomever if they really want it. Get them a subscription for a year. It'd be great. A year subscription is like $79. So buy a year subscription for a friend of yours and see what they think of it, and then of course they can renew if they want. Anyway, join us tonight, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Ground Zero. We'll see you there.